Hey guys, Max RC coming at you tonight, and once again we are here with yet another package. And yes, this package is also from RCLiveWires. Their link will be at the bottom, so keep it in mind. Without further ado, let's just dive right in, shall we? This one I'm actually excited for. I've been wanting it since they first brought it out, and it's called the Adventurer Pro. It is more of a side-by-side style, four-wheel drive, and let's bring it out of the box. And here it is, Adventurer Pro. We're gonna take a look at the side right here. Alrighty, so we can see it has a brushless motor. Basically, the whole driveline is metal, 3-wire servo, 2-in-1 ESC receiver, and metal differential. Now, the differential inside, the gears are also metal, and I know this because I've opened these style of cars before up, and I've been impressed. They're actually well greased, and the fact that everything is metal for a car that's around $100 to $150 is, to me, it's impressive, because some of the bigger companies, it's a plastic driveline. There's no metal at all whatsoever, but these guys have metal everything. On the other side, it just gives you your basic battery warnings and the colors of the cars. And it does have a 2.4 gigahertz RC, which is at this point pretty standard and everything. So let's go ahead and let's open up the box. Alrighty, and just look at that design. It just, ooh. The packaging is impressive. Let me show you guys real quick. Just look at how well this thing is packaged. Oh my goodness. Just also take a look at those colors. It's just bringing back the 90s. Alright, let's keep going. Yes. Oh, there is decent amount of weight to this car. So obviously we have the car itself, and just look at this. Look at the little folks inside too. I'm sure this is bringing back I'm sure you guys can imagine what this thing reminded me of right away the first time I saw this. So this is the car itself. Nice plastic housing on the top. The whole roll cage is plastic, and tires are nice and squishy, so I'm sure they'll be pretty decent. And it actually has a full-size rear spare, so basically this tire will actually fit any corner of the car. We'll get more in depth with this car in a minute. Let's keep on going and see what else is on the box. So in the box we also have, the way that the box is set up, we have the remote. Basic remote, feels comfortable to use with one hand. It's decent size. Does feel a little plastically, but that's alright. I mean, I'm not surprised about it. This actually, here we have the trim steering trim, steering servo reversing, and the dual rate for the steering, your on-off button, channel 3 button, and the car actually does have different speeds. It's got a decent foam wheel. It actually feels nice. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. And it looks really nice too. And it's powered by your usual 3 AA batteries. Okay, so that's your remote. And then the last thing in the box is the parts back. So the parts back, it looks like we get an extra bumper, which is actually really nice. Not many people. Oh wait. This actually, it is an extra bumper, but it is a little bit of more aggressive design on it. That's actually nice. I like that a lot. So we have an extra bumper, extra looks like a bumper bracket. Basic LiPo charger. Oh, I'm sorry, not LiPo, just your basic USB charger. Charges through the balancing port. Some spare bolts. Screwdriver. And this is probably my 25th screwdriver. Some extra body clips and shock pieces. I'm sorry, it's late at night. And a 4-way ratchet or wrench, 4-way wrench. And finally, it includes the instruction manual, which is good for various cars and actually has part numbers for every single piece of this vehicle, so you can find the parts for these cars. No matter what people say, parts are available, and like I said, these manuals give you the parts numbers, and some of these parts are actually interchangeable with other brands. And honestly, I don't know why people make a big deal out of this. So we have quick start guide, and this I didn't know it included, which I'm actually really happy about. And if you guys remember the Hurricane Drift car, it also includes the free gift of some extra little LED strip lights. This I like. I actually like everything about this car, I'm not gonna lie. Put everything back inside. And honestly, more than likely, I'm gonna be putting this bumper on because I really like the way this one looks. So, back to the car. Okay, if we go ahead and take off the body pins, let me bring you guys down a tiny little bit, like so. Alright, so if we take off the body pins here, you gotta be careful when we take off the body because it does, I know it's very difficult to see, but it does have LED lights in the rear. So, I'm gonna be very, oh, and of course LED lights in the front. So we're gonna be gentle here, and I'm gonna take these off, like so. Now this will give us our view to the inside of the car. I really don't want to take those apart, so I'm just gonna hold it like this. You can see right there your brushless motor with the ESC 7.4 1500 mAh lithium ion battery. This is one of the things that I really like about these cars. They come with actual Dean's connectors and not a proprietary connector. That's my favorite part of these. And 3-wire servo. More about the battery. Let's take a quick deeper look into it. Like I said, it is a 7.4 volt lithium ion battery, 1500 mAh. 15C discharge rate on this guy with the Dean's connector. This of course means that this car can easily take a regular LiPo battery, no problem whatsoever. So we're gonna put the battery back on here. And we're gonna put the clip back in. Now we're gonna take the remote. I'm gonna put 3 batteries. And this thing is just lit up like a Christmas tree. Just look at all this. Let's put the body clips back on. I mean, just look at the amount of lights that this thing has. did not know it was going to have actual headlights, and I really like those. Those actually look really, really cool. Okay, so we can see. Let me lower my light here. So you can see it has headlights, has a top light bar, no tail lights, but it does have a rear light bars. Let's see what the channel 3 button does on this thing. Huh. Alright, so the channel 3 just powers on the front lights. So you can have them off, steady on, slow flashing, quick flashing, off. But the rear stays the same. Which, I mean, honestly, that's completely okay with me. That way you can see which way the car is facing. It also has a really nice and hefty wheelie bar. Just look at this thing. This thing's hefty. I like that. This thing is definitely not gonna let this is not gonna let this car flip over unless you go really, really quick with this. Let's do a quick test on these guys. As always, fully proportional steering and throttle. Now when it comes to the actual servo speed, not bad at all. Like I said, this car is 4x4. This is the low speed, medium, and high. Alrighty, let's open this guy up once more, and I want to see one more thing. I want to show you guys one more thing, and that is that these are full aluminum shocks, aluminum springs. I mean, look at that. Oh, and they're stiff too, mind you. Let's power off the car here, And let's just take a quick look and let's see if these guys are oil filled. Alrighty, and once again, let me bring you guys closer in here so we can take a look at the actual shock right here. And let me see if I can just pop it open with my hand. Okay. The shocks are not oil filled, they are just friction shocks. But overall, the springs more than make up for it because this thing is actually decently bouncy. And this being a beginner hybrid grade can easily be upgraded to have oil shocks. But here, alrighty. As you can see right there, yeah, definitely not oil shocks. Okay, so I put the car back together, I put the shocks back on, well, the shock back together. I gotta say, the only downside is, like I mentioned, that it doesn't have oil shocks. But overall, at least personally to me, that is not a deal killer for me. That it's just the way that this thing is set up. I think the car not having oil shocks is the least of our worries, honestly. Let me put the clips back on here real quick, and we're just gonna do one quick drop test, and hopefully tomorrow at some point we'll be able to actually give this guy a good little bash just to see how well it performs. So come on. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick little drop test. I'm dropping it from about close to 6 feet. And 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're gonna do that just once more. It's about close to 6 feet. 3, 2, 1. Alright, well, y'all saw how the suspension handled that. Like I mentioned, the shocks not being oil filled is not a big issue. It has enough nice travel for it to not be an issue. And if you really want oil shocks, this thing being a beginner hybrid grade RC can easily accept oil shocks, or basically any other upgrade you want to do to it. So that's it for this video for tonight. This was Maxman RC, and I hope you guys have a good night. Deuces.